Good morning, leprechauns. Today we're going to make a wind sock. So we read our book about weather, all about weather, and it talked about lots of different weather that we can have. One of those types of weather is windy. See if I can find a picture for windy. So that's when you see the trees moving and you can feel the breeze on your face, and maybe your hair is blowing on the wind if you have long hair. And with the wind sock, you can go outside and determine how windy it is. You can make this wind sock as fancy or as not fancy as you want. It's totally up to you. There's lots of different materials that you can use to make this. I would usually use streamers from like the party store, but I don't have any streamers at home, so I'm going to use tissue paper instead. I have a blank piece of paper, and I'm going to fold it in half. So I folded it just like that, just in half. First, I'm going to decorate it. I'm going to decorate my wind sock with all of the different types of weather that there are. If I can get my markers. I'm going to start with drawing a sun. First drawing a sun for sunny days. The sun is super hot, and that's what gives us all of our heat on Earth, is from the sun. So there's my sun. Next, I'm going to draw rain. Rain is really important. We have to have rain in order to have water. Rain comes from clouds. So I'm going to draw a cloud, and then I'm going to draw the rain coming down from the cloud. I'm going to draw my cloud gray, because usually when there's clouds in the sky, it makes the day seem kind of gray. Draw my raindrops. And maybe they're making a little puddle down at the bottom. And then for my last weather, I'm going to draw snow. I'm going to use this really light blue because snow is really white, but if I put white on the white paper, you're not going to see it. So I'm going to use the light blue to draw snow, and maybe I'll draw a little snowman so that you know that I drew the snow. Okay, so there's my art. I have sunny days, I have rainy and cloudy days, and I have snowy days. You can put whatever weather you want. Next, I'm going to take some scissors and cut the tissue paper. I want to cut long strips so that the wind can catch them and make them fly. I'm going to cut long strips of tissue paper. Like I said before, if you have streamers from like a birthday party, you can use those too. And those you don't have to cut into long strips because they're already kind of in a long strip. But use whatever you can find. The only thing is it has to be kind of lightweight. So something like tissues or toilet paper would probably fly in the wind, but something heavier like a towel is probably too heavy to work. Okay. So now I've cut my tissue paper into long strips. I'm going to tape it to the back of this part of my wind sock, not the part I colored, the other part. I'm just going to use one piece of tape for each little bit of streamer that I tape on, leaving a little bit of space between them so they don't get stuck on each other in the wind. So there we go. I've taped on some streamers, and actually I'm going to come in and make them a little bit smaller now that I've attached them, because I think it's going to be cooler to watch in the wind the lighter that they are, because they're going to move more. So I'm going to cut each one into slightly smaller streamer. So instead of having 3, I will have 6. Okay, so it looks like that. Kind of looks like a jellyfish, right? With all of its little tentacles. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it into a circle. So I'm going to take my windsock, which looks like this, and I'm going to make it round. And then I'm going to tape it shut. You might need to get a little help with this part. It can be a little tricky to get it to stay shut. You can also use a stapler if you have a stapler, or glue, or whatever you have around the house. Put one more piece right here. Okay, there is my windsock. Now, let's watch what happens. So, I'm not outside, so I don't have the wind inside my house, so I'm going to use a fan. And you can do this too if you're inside and you want to see how your windsock works. You can use a fan. And I actually have the fan going up on the ceiling, so I'm going to turn that fan off so that way we can see how this fan works better. So let's start with the fan on low. I'm going to put it in front, and the fan is on low. Do you see how the streamers are gently dancing in the wind? And I can turn it. Let's see what happens when I turn the fan up. Oh, do you see that they're moving faster? The streamers are moving faster than they were when it was slow. Let's try one more time. All the way up. Look how fast those streamers are moving. That's pretty cool. You can't see the wind, so when you do something like this, it lets you see what the wind is doing, because wind is clear. You don't see the wind, you see the things moving in the wind. That's how you know it's there. Okay, and back down to medium, and back down to slow. Notice how they're changing, and off. Watch what happens when they go off. See how they just fall down because gravity is pulling them down. The wind isn't pushing them anymore. So this is an experiment that you should probably be able to try at home. You just need a piece of paper and something to use as a streamer, like toilet paper or tissue paper or streamers from a party. I hope that you enjoy making your windsocks today and get to go outside or use them with a fan. Have fun!